Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Oh boy, surprised to see that even free-to-play members still spend their time in the Ogre's Dungeon in members, but alas, here we are, finishing off what is indeed going to be, most certainly, the finale of this Dragon Slayer 2... No, it's not Critique Comedy, no, that's a whole different series altogether. No, instead it's very much finish up this long little video at last. Having spent so long on it to know it's like, damn, yeah, I know. And the thing, this isn't even the longest. Like, don't get me wrong, some of those will be even longer. Like, just, what the fuck, but here we are. We're about to enter the famed Myth Guild, which, I'll be honest, all the guilds seem kind of like, even this one is like not super good. It's like, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure the Myth Guild doesn't actually have any of the really fancy dragons in that. It does have a wide variety of them, but not the animated rune dragons, so it's kind of, like, the only thing that's really good about it is it has the best slot Crush Cape, you know, the Myth Cape, which is still weirdly positioned. I don't know why they haven't just reversed the image and just like flipped it over and, you know, and call it a day, but alas, some of the judges also wanted to wind up some people, and I guess this is their way of doing it. So indeed, I actually been able to pass that fucking barrier at last, and that, you know, oh boy, indeed. But yeah, here we are, and I suppose I'll let the video do the talking and that, because certainly there's a lot to it, you know. But yeah, also Green Dragons, finally, no longer, you know, I also seen Rune Rocks just kind of laying like that. It's like, oh damn, yeah, no, yeah, finally you can get a Green Dragon and not be fucked over in terms of tasks and that, because normally Green Dragons are only in the world do it. Here, no, you have to get them in the normal lands now. It's like, god damn, so fucking hell. That's a great bad start. A bloody player moderator saying they hate it here. Well, that about sets the tone for the rest of the video, doesn't it? Oh boy. But here we go. So anyhow, yes, as far as the rest of the news concerned, and yeah, so I did speak about the suspicious account hijackings and that. I want to also add in that the only thing that really saved some of these people, which would eventually be done doing, is the bank pen. Like, I have to stress, if you have a bank pen, do not fucking touch it. Leave it. And that, because, you know, it's like, that's true. You can immediately pull out, you know, a pin in that. You know, I don't know how it is, because there's supposed to be a delay and that. But yeah, it kind of works inverse. This is where it's not clear, because when I've tried to remove a pin, you always have to wait either 3 days or a week. And I think it's in the case if you forget. If you do remember it, then you can remove it immediately. That's all fine. And that, you know, but then, alright, you think, okay, if I, you know, if I do that, then I can just get a new pin. You can just quickly, just like that, easy. It turns out, apparently no. If you try to get for a new pin, you've still got to wait a bit. And you know, it always says 7 days or 3 days till this pin becomes active, and that's when you get fucked. And you know, because you think, oh, maybe they might know a pin, I'll just change to be safe. No, if you remove it, you're fucked. You have no pin for that certain amount of time, and that's what a couple of people on Reddit found out to their displeasure, that was the only thing holding them back from the vast wealth of the bank. And with the pin gone, trying to get a new one, they lost it all. It's why I suppose I'm very guarded in regards to my pin and that, because I know that that is very much holding all my wealth. And yeah, I mean, truth be told, and that, I think it's generally an unwise, like, I know the whole thing with bank standing that, you know, especially in free to play, but even then I've started to become a bit, yeah, it's not getting me the reactions I would like, and that in terms of to be able to show off your wealth and that. Yeah, apparently very few people react when I have a twisted bow, and I was like, fucking hell, it's a 1.1 billion weapon. Come on, you'd think people were like, oh, they'll be gushing over me, oh, this guy's really rich. No, there's a fucking twist. Don't even know what a twisted bow is, and probably that is. You see that or the rumour about a lot of them being bots and that aren't really scripted to really, like, recognise you to such a degree. Probably is true, and that's just anyone who has such and such items, just go for it. It doesn't matter if it's a twisted bow, if it's an abyssal whip, just, you know, target them. It's that kind of thing, you know. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame in that, because I always like doing Fashion Escape on free to play, but it just seems less and less I suppose worthwhile these days and that, but I mean there is still members world, you know, like World Trio 2 that I've yet to try my hands at, and no doubt I'll be very curious to see how people react there, because I know that if you leave Prior on, you're holding a Twistable and other fancy gear, ooh, a lot of people start talking to you indeed and that, but man, just how it'll unfold indeed, who knows, and that, you know, but yeah, so indeed, just someone else left in that, and that's down the Grandmaster trio, and that, yeah, and I think there's one last little bit of show off here, and also that dog, and that, I think, was it called Gracie or something? No, that's the, fuck, I don't know the dog's name in that, you know, but yeah, up to no good indeed. I think, do I show it off? I believe I do. Yeah, this was an interesting cameo, I guess you could say. Yes, indeed, that fella right there is wearing the Zamarakian spear, and wearing a bit of unusual gear for Core Beast right enough, but yes, this one here, Mysterious Adventurer. Yeah, supposedly this is based on Wooks, apparently, and you know, very intriguing indeed. But yeah, finishing off with that, indeed. So, before I bow out and, you know, the videos, I want to do one more little thing. Assuming it loads, and yes, this is the one little clip I was meant to show off when I did that Vorkath kind of stuff and that, but I just didn't get around to it until now, and yes, indeed, here we are. So, I'll just push in a little bit closer. Yep, indeed. So, yep, this is indeed after I got the Vorkath head. I forget the exact kill count and that, you know, it's something about, it wasn't too early in that, like, well, no, it wasn't too late, I was actually, I think about somewhere around 35-40 kills in. Yeah, or, no, what was it? Yep, 31 KC, that was my first Vorkath, and I figured, you know what, fuck it, let's just get this out of the way, get my very own Vorkath assembler, and you know what, since then I've got another 6 or 7 of the damn things, I'm actually above the drop rate for it. You know, it's just like complete bonkers. Oh boy, yeah, this is Drainer Mariner looking a little bit more active than what it normally is. And that, indeed, I'm here to get my own fancily assembler, which, according to the new death mechanics and that, yeah, apparently this, the assembler you can get just for free regardless, but if you know, if you die, but if you do die with the attractor or the other one, was it? Accumulator, yes, attractor and accumulator, you just end up, you know, like, it's gone, and that. For some reason, I don't understand, they're all untradeable and that, so yeah, fun times indeed. Also, I reckon this guy knew I was in the Vorkath scene, you know, yeah, ready to get my very first assembler and that, you know. Yeah, you got steel arrows by any chance, and that. Oh, fuck off. Indeed, look at that, Yeah, cheerio, can't be bothered with your nonsense. So, this is basically showing the guide here between the normal, not tractor, the accumulator, the Runescape, and the assembler. And the same thing again, you know, save there, 4 range and all that. Then you get the defense and that and prayer, but no range. And then you get 8 tag, 8 mage defense, better that, and also a bit of range strength too. Indeed, quite a nice upgrade indeed. Yes, indeed. So, may as well close that down. And yep, may as well show off what I'm up to. See if I can get this up. Alright, done. So, here we are. And free to play, no less, yes, indeed. You'll see here and that. Also, Becca X, that's a funny little familiar site, indeed. Oh, I suppose you see these people also all the time. And that, but yeah, also these bots and that. See, I was telling you that CL cheap gold and fucking super angry face R, you know, in spaces smalls dot co fucking, you know, like, what the fuck? Like, you can decipher it if you're close enough. It's just like, yeah, these bots are like just going crazy with it, you know. But yeah, this is generally where I suppose I'll finish here, and you know, plus also I may as well show off the gilded scimitar still fucking rise. I think it's actually risen up almost 2 mil since I first got it, like this right here, and it's just like, holy fuck. My god. Yeah, this is a beauty to behold, this lovely twisted bow and that. I'll still say it's very day and that, you know, despite the fact it's been, I think, about close to a year, to come up here for a year anyhow, since I got this famed weapon, and my god, I have no regrets whatsoever. And that, yeah, no. But, yeah, so, I suppose with all that said and done, I may as well cover the last little bit of the news, indeed. And, yep, may as well, eh? So, alright, so, that bank pen out the way stuff and that, yes. So, Jagex mod Pips, I don't think it's the head guy for RS3, and that might be, but we'll see, and I think it is, but I'm probably wrong on that. So yeah, this fellow here, he has indeed announced quite the big thing, which is that he announces that both Runescape 3 and Old School Runescape are coming to Steam. Yes, really big news, like, holy fuck. Depending on the actual impact, I don't know if it's going to have... Holy crap, that cough though. Right, so, as far as the actual impact goes, certainly it's worth noting that although with RuneScape 3, that tension could be effective, you know, bringing the whole, you know, it is a bit of a more modern looking game and that, but the actual microtransaction ruins it a lot, and that I feel will be heavily conscious. Like, it could be a good game, you know, it's improved a lot since Evolution Common. I'm giving this a fair shake, you know. Alright, the music, yeah, I mean, it's more modern, and that, it's probably depends on your taste. Either it's more, you know, like nicer on the ears, you know, more like refined, or it's the classic old retro tunes that you're just familiar with. You know, it's catchy like Sea Shanty 2. You know, the community, yeah, I would actually say on the whole, but not always. RuneScape 3's community is more mature and less toxic. Yeah, toxic indeed than Old School RuneScape, though toxicity can have its own kind of thing. Be able to have banter and just be able to talk shit, you know, without being judged all the time, because RuneScape 3 can also fall foul of that. The graphics, again, subjective, but generally can be seen as, you know, it's more atmospheric and that, nicer graphics, you know, like really some beautiful scenery out there, whereas Old School RuneScape struggles to get that, but the simplistic graphics is again rather nostalgic and decent. You've got that going for it too, and also it's easier to handle on the less on computers as well, so that's another thing to consider. What else? I would say the quest, yeah, the quest now. As far as RuneScape is concerned, yeah, Old School RuneScape falls behind in that. They just simply have little interest in quests, because, yeah, the community's always pulled that just not as into quests as, you know, RuneScape 3 is. But even then, RuneScape 3's recently fallen apart with that, so they're both kind of being shitty recently, so take with that as you will. But yeah, the one thing that can be really defined by RuneScape 3 is its microtransactions, and unfortunately it's pretty bad. And that, you know, like, that's the thing, giving a fair review is just saying, acknowledge its strengths, highlight its weaknesses, and go right for the killer, which is the microtransactions. Like, yeah, you can get used to it. You can say it for any fucking game. Like, you know, the really bad microtransactions, like mobile games. You know, what's it? Oh, fuck, I forget. Yeah, Raid Shadow Lynch. You can just get used to it, you know, like, you don't have to. Like, it's that fucking argument. You know, it's the whole thing that technically it's true, you don't have to, but then it makes the game unenjoyable, and it's a design philosophy. Like, you design a game to be less fun and that, unless you pay up a lot of cash. And it incrementally goes up as you get into late game and end game territory, like shoots up, you know, skyrockets. So like, all the really deep apology, is it? But yes, as far as the actual, how to say it, yeah, the microtransactions scaled in such a way that you end up with all the well, I don't want to say richest. One of the most successful players are actually the richest, ones with the deepest pockets, so to speak. You know, yeah, these people, and it's like to try and create a sort of a competitive environment in all the wrong ways, and nah, it's just not the kind of good environment. And unfortunately, RuneScape 3 does suffer from this as well. Not to as extreme a degree as I would say some other games do. However, it still falls a bit short on things, and then it's just. Yeah, it's just a bit unfortunate, really. But alas, it is what it is, and that, you know. So we shall see how Steam Success goes in that in regards to all the forums. And then once Old School Runescape comes out, believe me, there's going to be a lot of shit between the two, and that, and it'll be very, if not saddening, it'll be at least a bit fun, and that, you know, good old popcorn entertainment, and that, to see the drama that ensues from all of it. But alas, so right, one last one before I'm done on that. Alright, so it's not quite like, there's one more I want to talk about. I guess I'll just have to leave it for a later time. And yeah, this is all to do with real world trading clans with the Venezuelans, and you know, maybe the Egyptian ones too. They're starting to wise up to Jagex's little data collection plan from last week when Mod Weef announced his leave, and they were talking about the whole Revenant Caves thing. Because what they started doing now, and you may have noticed this, is that they've actually gone very quiet recently. The caves are just generally not really having much of these people, if any at all. And the reason for that is that they've surprisingly came up together a plan of just saying, alright, we'll fuck with the data collection by just going away and that. So for now, it's actually back to almost what it used to be for now, and that, and, you know, it's a kind of skew the data so that Jagex thinks, oh no, there's actually not that many. And I don't know how they'll calculate. I don't know, will they be able to detect there's a lot active in the first 2, 3, 5 days, and the rest it's gone very quiet? Or will they just see an average and it looks alright kind of thing? Because, you know, generally people won't be quite so quick to rush in, and now, you know, before it was like near maximum efficiency, whereas now it's like, you know, people still be doing it, but just not quite to the same efficient degree, so they might be able to skew the data that way. And you know, and this is reinforced by the fact they're actually refusing to offer protection services. No, we're not offering it for this amount of time, you know, and, you know, this is pretty much how they've gone about it. So I do wonder if this is them trying to, how to say it, camouflage the real world train problems or the gold problems, you know, like saying, oh no, this has to be that money. Not because, like, you had all these months to calculate, but the things you announced it, you didn't do it in secret, and that's how they know, and they're kind of trying to skew the data that way. But whether you could just say, well, just have them be data collecting forever, and I don't know how long that'll last. I think they'll eventually wise up, and, you know, they won't know when it is and isn't, you know, but man, I gotta say, the Jagex loves to fuck some of things like these up, but that's the world we live in indeed, eh? So, alright, I reckon I'll be finishing up and that, and, you know, well, I would like to show off my bank, but there's been fucking hee-haw added to it since, well, last did the commentary, so there's not really much point to showing off, no. If anything, I'm probably more like to show off when I'm actually doing the videos like Demonic Gorilla, then I think Zolcano, and after that, I guess we'll see, maybe either the second go at Nightmare Ashiyama will actually manage to beat the damn thing, or I'll have a good go at Alchemical Hydra if I get lucky with Slayer, you know, in the second week, and just seeing how it goes and all that. But yes, oh yeah, one other thing, indeed, I am back to being a male, and that, yes, hello, you know, just because I've been stuck with a female for so long, and that it's like, nah, you know, I need to get to 98 prayer just to get to 126. So, I mean, in essence, I'm going to be stuck looking like this for probably a good while longer yet. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say that this shall be it for now. And, well, hopefully with the week's break from work and all that, I can at least enjoy some of it, you know, and be able to still do the grinding and that. But I doubt this will be frequent and that, you know. And as for the other half, maybe skilling, but we'll see. And I know, like, no way I'll be able to do something like the hunter, ring crafting, or anything that's very demanding, especially not agility and that, fuck no. But, alright, I shall be heading on off, and, well, next time, lots of fun to be had on members indeed. Till then, folks. Oh, wrong one, bloody hell. Till then.